Hey everybody, it's Ranee. If you're new here, I'm a singer and songwriter who's using YouTube as a way to get herself out there more, I've begun a series titled Introducing Ranee, where I go through different topics and just to get people to know me a little bit more before I, release more music and before I, really be out there and be seen, right? And this is a way for me to be seen because I don't really like all of that, but I know that I'm gonna have to get used to it if this is something that I really want to do, and it is. If you're just hopping in on this episode here, I got this episode and that episode that you can catch up on if you want to know a little bit more about me and my background. But this episode will be talking about influence and inspiration. Pretty much the makings of Ranee, right? I tapped in a little bit on the first episode about, why music for me. But I'll say that an early influence and inspiration has to be like my family, Majority of my family can either sing, some can rap, they can dance, definitely dance. So the main ones is dancing and a little bit of singing here and there. There's a few people in my family that can sing. Mainly I'm speaking on my mom. She can sing. She'll burst out in song in 2.5 seconds. I think hearing her sing in a way just really inspired me, And then growing up, I spoke on how my mom and my dad would sit in the living room and listen to all kinds of music. And I think that has shaped, what my sound is in a way, and it's going to continue within my journey as well. You'll be able to hear certain artists that I mentioned today. So some early influences would have to be Michael Jackson, of course. Excuse me, right over here. All of his music I've known since I was a little girl, right? Fun fact. When I was young, I used to love the Thriller video. I just like music in general. But my cousin, Peaches, shout out to you, Peaches, we had this sleepover at my cousin Lex's house. And so, we had this little competition or whatever to see who can, I guess dance the best with that song or copy the dance moves on the video. And I think me and I can't remember who else won. I don't know, but I was one of them in the group. I don't know who it was. If any cousins, y'all can tap in. Y'all remember that? Or it's just me? I always loved Michael Jackson. Janet Jackson, of course, was an early inspiration. I have to say the Carpenters. Huh? Now, a lot of this gonna go over y'all heads. You don't know who the Carpenters is. It's okay. Some of us are just well-rounded in music, a little versatile, okay? Carpenters has always been a favorite of mine. I guess because that's just what I've known. So if I was introduced to, let's say, rap early on back then, I would probably be more tapped into rap, But that's what I knew. It's like a feeling of nostalgia. It's something that I know and very familiar with, and I appreciate it. It's good music. Karen Carpenter had such a beautiful voice. It was strong and very clear, and I just loved her voice very much. Classical music, right? My dad used to play little stuff. I can hear it in my head, but I couldn't tell you what it is. I probably need to ask him what that is, huh? Reggae, dancehall. If you didn't know, my dad is from Trinidad, so I got a little mix, so I was tapped into different styles. So that's when that came in, that portion, that half of me enjoys that type of music, right? And that's what I know. So Bob Marley was truly, definitely an inspiration. Prince, of course. And probably one song I shouldn't have been listening to. Do me, baby, like you never done before. Oh, until I just can't take no more. Come on, do me, baby. That I probably shouldn't listen to when I was young, but hey. Phil Collins was fire in that living room. You don't mess around with Phil Collins. In the Air Tonight, Easy Lover. Oh, think twice. It's another day for you and me in paradise. That's fire. And then this is the one I know my sister would know, even my brother would know. Mr. Broken Wings. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us in. Fire. After my mom and my dad went their separate ways, certain music brings about feelings and a healing within you. And I know that my mom, she was dealing with some stuff at that time. And so I can now hear in the music that she listened to, it, how it reflects how she was healing and moving in that situation. Carl Thomas' Emotional album was like the soundtrack of my childhood. From the start to the finish of it, that thing is a masterpiece, right? If you know, you know. Fire. In all aspects. The flow of it, everything was so put together. Like if you're a music head, like me, of course, you could hear all the emotions he was feeling and the art of it all. It was a story, it was a flow like no other, right? Then you got R. Kelly. I know, it's okay. But you can't take that man music away from him, okay? That TP2. Again, I shouldn't have been listening to this at the age that I was. That's neither here nor there. But that right there, another soundtrack of my childhood. Angie Stone, really one song in particular when I can remember my mom used to listen to all the time. Wish I Didn't Miss You. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. Another one song that I remember from Billie Holiday, God Bless the Child. That's got his own. Even when we were staying, together, sometimes when we would have to go to sleep, we would be in there humming songs and we have to figure out, what song is this? What song is that? What was that? So my brother, he's older, and I didn't really know a lot about certain rap music, especially I didn't even really know like that about this guy here, right? I didn't really know until I got into middle school, because we didn't listen to a lot of rap when we was with, my mom and my dad living together. Then we was with my mom. But then as we got, I guess when I got older, and my brother also got tapped into all that too, to where he would have a lot of CDs. And I used to carry a CD player and headphones. I remember I left the CD player and the CD on the bus one time in middle school. Dang, I remember. I used to be the one carry CDs and a CD player. That's so crazy to me. Until I got me an iPod. Sheesh. That was like my heart. I still got it. It's just a little old. I was introduced to a lot of rap music. Tupac, 8-Ball MJG, yeah. Jeezy, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Notorious B.I.G. I would listen to All Eyes on Me all the time. My favorite, I don't know if I could really pick. I love Tupac in general. That's my favorite rapper of all time. But one song that I used to play over and over and over again, Trading War Stories. Outlaws on the rise, jealous, I despise. Look in my eyes, we trade war stories. Don't get me started. I might look like this, but I'm really built like middle school, right? I know y'all know about LimeWire. I'm gonna say that one time, leave it alone. Because if you know, you know. I actually was introduced to so many different music, like the gangster part of the music industry, from Boosie to Webby to Plies to all these people, T-Rone, who I used to listen to, even T-Pain. I didn't even know about T-Pain back then. But it was so many different artists that I was getting introduced to. I'm like, man, this is different territory. Because it's gangster stuff. It's like, kind of explicit. I ain't used to that. You see how I went from classical to R&B to like a rap to gangster music now. So we just We're just elevating in our journey. And you should elevate in your music. Elevate in your taste buds, your palette. What kind of music palette do you have?
The next day.
We had a little bit of issues with audio when I did the second part of the video. First part, I did it in the morning, but then I had to go to the studio. So I went to the studio and then I came back trying to do it after the day that I had and, other noise. I just wanted to touch bases on a few things that I wasn't able to. I'll just say, to sum everything up, I'm a lover of music. I'm a singer at heart, a lover and a student, and a friend of music forever and always. So I don't want to drag this out no more than it has to, okay? I would love to know who your favorite artists are and what your favorite songs are. I hope, you got a feel of who my inspirations and influences are. And I know that one day I will be on the list of some upcoming artists or some little girl who may grow up one day to want to be a singer. Hope y'all be here for next week. It'll be the last video of this series. If you want to continue to keep up with me, like I say, go ahead and hit down below. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and light.